You are joining us for Conversations with Ladies Who Launch, and today we get to speak to the one and only Belinda Gill. She's a business strategist and she's one of my very own biz besties. So I'm so excited to have you on the show today, Belinda.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, I'm always happy to chat to you.
Okay, cool. So the first thing is I would love for you to introduce yourself, wait for it, the way you would love for your clients to be talking about you.
Yes. So I am a business strategist, and what I really focus on, a little bit different to a lot of the other strategists and coaches and everything else out there, is I really focus on bringing more of the sort of the ease and intentionality into business, so that it's not just a matter of growing income, but it's also growing income in a way that feels really good and doesn't necessarily mean working more hours, because a lot of my clients are kind of tapped on the hours front. So a lot of people come to see me because like they're booking their one-on-one clients pretty easily, but the books are full and it feels hard and it feels overwhelming, and they've got ideas on what they want to change in their business, but they don't have the time or the brain space to actually start making those changes. So it's really about kind of bringing that space and that ease and that intention in, because that's what I'm here for. That's what I do.
I know. And I just love us, because if anyone doesn't know us as like biz besties, we just follow.
So it's just like, just don't do it.
Yeah, we follow each other around the internet going, yeah, watch Netflix.
Yeah. Watch more Netflix. Sorry, that's my dog.
Yeah, I'm always like, what she said. So that's super cool. So I suppose in these conversations, I like to kind of get a picture of where you've been with regards to launching and your business, and what it looks like now. So can you tell us about your first launch? And
okay.
whether you even called it a launch at the time?
So let me can you hear me over my dog, firstly?
Fine.
Okay,
good. She has a dog in the back.
I'm guessing there's a mailman out there because she hates the mailman. So I've always, I shouldn't say always, but for a very long time, sold like even my one-on-one through kind of mini style launches, through like challenges or webinars or live stream series. So for me, it's, now my neighbour's shouting at the dog. It's all happening.
Feels like we're right there with you. It's fun.
So it's all like it used to be. So my first kind of, in the beginning, I would often have like a webinar and sell some single. This asks me if I'm playing music. No, that's my dog singing. And then my first kind of official launch was I did a 3-day live stream series and then sold my VIP package off the back of that. So I'd gone from just kind of having a webinar and selling single sessions to running this little live stream series and selling my VIP package. So that was a few years ago.
And how did it go? Do you remember?
Well, I was trying to remember that, but I think so when I did that kind of first official, what I called little launch, I hit my minimum sales target, not my maximum, but I hit my minimum sales target. And I think it came to about $5,500 in sales. So pretty happy with that, because it was just like show up 3 days in a row on live stream and talk about stuff. So yeah.
Very good. And I've spoken, I don't know how many of these you've catched, but I've spoken about my first experience with launching, which was with you.
With me, yes.
You got me. I was definitely one of those people that resisted launching. I was like, launching's for the big guns. What? I don't even get what it is. And then you were like, what if we just do a
little launch? Just little, cute.
Launch. What if we just do a mini launch? And then I did a mini launch, and then I was like, well, that wasn't such a mini launch after all. That was
I
amazing.
tricked you.
Yeah. And so then I was like, oh, cool, I'm a launcher. So I suppose that's why I want to have these conversations with people, because I think people build up in their head like, oh my God, launching has to be this huge $100,000 thing.
Yeah.
And actually, maybe if you just started calling yourself a launcher, you'd do the thing.
Just do it.
You'd have a bit more of a strategic plan. Like some people are like, do I have to launch? No, I don't have to launch. You're probably launching anyway. You're probably just not calling it launching. Do you have to call it launching? No, you don't have to call it launching.
Yeah.
But here we do, just because we're kind of having these conversations and drawing back the curtain. So what does launching look like for you now?
Yeah. So you know what? It's not terribly dissimilar, to be honest. So now I often do run a 3-day challenge and sell my packages off the back of that. So it's not very, very different. It's a little bit more structured. It's certainly more strategic because I've done it so many times now. And let's see, I did write some notes, and it's, so there's a little bit more structure to it. I get people more involved, and I make sure that the way that it's structured gives them a tangible takeaway, even if they don't go on to buy with me, because that's really important to me. So I want people to get that value. But honestly, it's still so super easy. And it's not like, I don't go for the big numbers. Like my last little launch, let's call it that, where I sold 1-to-1, I think I had less than 40 people sign up, but I made over $10,000 in sales from it. So I think that's the other thing, right? Is people think, well, it's got to be big. I've got to have hundreds of people. It's got to be all consuming. It really doesn't.
Yeah. And I kind of like that your model of launching hasn't changed that much. Like it seems way more achievable for someone who hasn't launched yet.
Yeah.
To be like, oh right, it started as this and now it's this, and I could totally see myself doing
totally do that, right? I don't need to have hundreds. Like I have honestly heard people say, to run a challenge, you must have 300 people. I'm just like, nah, that's a big lie.
Yeah. And you've like a lot of the work that you've been doing whilst you've had another job.
Yeah. So I have always worked my day job, and that last launch that I did, I was working 4 days a week then. So my day job increased my hours. And so I was actually up to 4 days a week at my job, and in my business only 1 day a week, plus, bits and pieces around that. So probably, and my 1 day a week is school hours. So probably less than 12 hours a week.
So good. So good. And whilst I have you here, I'm just going to slip in a couple of cheeky questions, because I feel like you and I can cover them. But for the woman that's resisting launching, what do you think these mini launches or these little launches gives them?
You know what I think? It's often not about the sales. It's about building the relationship and the connections like that you get from really talking intensively to people, like talking to a group of people every day or for a longer period of time, rather than just showing up and doing a 20-minute live stream every week. Yeah. It's getting that connection, having a two-way conversation, like the way that I do my launches. It's very much about me saying, how do you feel like this with this? What's happening? What are you struggling with in this regard? And so having those conversations with people is what really builds the connection. And because I'm focused on giving them an outcome, it also really builds the trust, because they can look at it and go, oh, wow, if I can see this within 3 days of working with Belinda in a free thing, like what else can you do? What else can we do together? Right. So it is like, it's about building that connection and building that trust and giving value, because that just feels good, right?
Yeah. And that's like the most resourceful mindset you can be in, is when you're giving value. For me, bundling everything I was doing anyway, all the Facebook posts I was doing anyway, all the Facebook posting groups I was doing anyway, into a plan that reflected the goal that I was going for, which covered I've done 4-week, 6-week, 12-week plans. It's like the same as a business plan, but I had specific goal as to how many of these things I was going to sell.
Yeah, and so it gives you a lot more focus, right?
Yeah, way more focused. For me, that's what it was. It was like, it was bringing it all, like, because otherwise I just felt like my business was going on forever.
Yeah.
And where was I even headed?
Yeah.
Was it kind of went, right, this is the focus right now.
I think this is a really interesting thing. And I think this is why it works so well for you. And it works so well for me too, because, you know, we've all got different personality types, right? And I am someone who, I know you and I have had this conversation, I kind of need something to make me show up. Like if you give me a deadline, I'm just like, damn, I'm going to do that thing. But left to my own devices, if I don't have like strict timelines, I'm like, la, 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 I'm just going to faff about over here and faff about over there.
Totally. And I was even just having this conversation with my sister the other day, and we were like, right, what kind of walk or something are we going to do in November so that we can train towards it? It's like having, so that we're not just walking every day for no reason.
For walking, which is great. And for some people that works really well.
Totally.
I know a guy who I work with who he's that guy who that structure of doing the same thing every day is perfect.
Yeah.
For him. Just not for me.
Yeah, so cool. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so I want you, if you can, to tell us a time about when you felt ease whilst launching. And it doesn't have to be the whole launch felt easy.
Yeah.
Just what was it that kind of, what did ease look like for you?
I've got to say that for me, like ease in launches is kind of my norm now. And I know a lot of people probably want to punch me in the face for saying that. But there's a couple of reasons for it. Yeah. And I think that one of the things is I've done it quite a bit now. You know, I'm not chopping and changing going, well, I've got to start again. It's like, I've done this. I know it feels good. I know it, enjoy it. I'm just going to keep showing up and doing that thing.
You're tweaking it. You're not rebuilding
just not like,
you're not
right, I missed my sales target last time. Throw that out. Let's come up with a whole new thing. Like, I just don't do that. And so because I've done it so many times, it's like making a lasagna. Like, you know, it's like, I know what I've got to do. I just got to do it. And I know it's going to happen. So I think that's the first thing is like, stop changing it. Like, be willing to trust that you'll get better. Yeah. I think it's really important.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I think that another one is that I'm not attached to the outcome anymore. Like, if someone buys from me during this launch, or they buy from me in 2 weeks' time. And I think this is the same, even if you're not selling a one-on-one package, even if you've got a closed door and it might be that they buy a different product. But if, like, whether they buy from me in this 2-week period is not do or die for me. Like, I know that I've given value to you, and I know that at some point, because I'm awesome, you're going to come back and buy from me. So it doesn't get this whole big tension about, I have to make 10 sales in this 2-week period or my business is failing. It's just like, no, I'd like to. Would be amazing. I expect to, but I'm not going to die if I don't. I'm still going to trust that I'm going to get the returns.
And so, yeah, it's like when you get off that discovery call with someone and you haven't closed the deal, you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. You're like, that was cool.
Yeah, I was like, that was a really fun conversation. I hope they come back. I'd really love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. And I was watching someone's live yesterday, and it was all about, like, it's a numbers game. So stop just trying to get like 5 calls and close 5 calls. Just get out there and speak to more people, and then you'll close a percentage of them. Like, yeah, it's just bigger than that, but you know.
Yeah, and when you enjoy having those calls, I think is the other thing is like when you focus on just how fun would it be to talk to 10 amazing women this week, then it's not so stressy. It's like, wow, I really enjoyed talking to her. I think I helped her, and you know, it would be amazing if we work together. But if not, well, that's okay, because I'm going to talk to lots of other amazing women as well.
Yeah. I love that so much. Okay, so can you tell us bit about one of your biggest launch challenges and how you overcame that?
Yes, I've got a doozy.
Oh, good.
So,
You love a doozy.
I had a launch that made 0 sales, which is like the thing that is like everyone's biggest fear, right? Like if that happened, you would just die. Newsflash, you don't actually die. I'm still alive. So that's something, right? That's also, you're not actually going to die. I'm living proof of that. But I think that was a massive, like, let's be real, that was a massive challenge. And as someone who has, you know, helps people to launch, to have a launch that doesn't sell anything is pretty kind of like, oh my God. But I think what got me through that was like looking at it as, okay, what can I take from this? And it actually turned into a really great thing because it showed me so many things that I hadn't seen previously in my launches, which really helped me to change the things that I was doing in the lead up to my launch, in launches. And like I realized that, and this was when I stopped sweating on, you know, how many sales do I make in this launch? Because I realized that even if I hadn't made the sales, I'd learned so freaking much from the conversations. I'd really built the connection. And then I actually went back to, so I had run a little workshop. I actually went back to the ladies who had done that workshop as part of that launch and just had a conversation with them about, okay, if that's not the support that you want, what is the support that you want? So then I went and created a mastermind, and it was like 80% of the women who did that workshop converted in to the mastermind.
And I've spoken to so many women who have done this, and I would even challenge you guys to not even call it failed launch. It was a launch that just went.
It just went in a different direction. And I loved running that mastermind. I ran it a couple of times. It was fun. I loved it. And it, like, you know, again, it was a new revenue stream that made me thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's like, was it a failed launch? Depends on which way you look at it. It was actually a really cool thing.
Yeah. And I just love like there's the coming from a place of service is a very resourceful mindset, but also getting really curious at that point if you're in a 0 sales or comparable kind of launch situation, like what is really going on here, because there is some juicy intel in that.
Yeah.
And you can pivot, tweak, you know, if you're really listening to what they want, it's actually a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that so much. Okay, what's next? So what do you reckon have been the best support for you launching? Like people, systems, daily habits, whatever you want.
Yeah. So I reckon, firstly, I know again, people are going to want to punch me in the face for this, but I got a coach. Like, and it's not just about having a coach, it's about having that, because we are so caught up in our own BS, right? Like we're so willing to look at that potential failure. Like, what does this mean for me that no one has purchased from me? No one wants to work with me. I'm overpriced. I've got nothing of value to give. Like, whereas if you've got someone who is on your team with you going, no, that's not it. How do we look at this? How do we reframe it? What do we actually go and do now? Because a lot of the time there's actually the practical stuff that you haven't done too. It's like, well, how many follow-ups did you send? Just the one. It's like, really? Maybe go send another email.
I'll never forget, because Belinda and I catch up from time to time, and I can't remember whether we both worked with each other. I can't remember what stage we were in, but we both had this epiphany at the same time that we hadn't actually been doing consistent like launch activities.
Yeah.
Potentially that's why.
It's just like, okay, let's just go and do those things and see what happens. Like, oh yeah, then you make sales when you actually do the work. So
so good.
Also having my VA, like obviously, like I said, like hours are a thing for me. Like I do not have the capacity to sit there and create images in Canva, schedule out things, look at hashtags. So I do not be a control freak about it. I just pass it to my VA and she does it. And two other things, journaling, like I do a lot of future gratitude, like really writing it as if it's already done. Like I'm so grateful that I signed, you know, this many amazing clients in my launch and they're amazing and they're excited to work with me, like really every day just sitting in that energy and having something other than launching. As you know, so I did this launch and it was probably one of my best launches that I'd ever done at the time when I was like really into Outland. I remember this, and I would like, I had this deal with myself that if I finished all of my tasks before 1:30, I could watch an episode of Outlander before I picked the kids up. And so having that, it was like, damn, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to watch Outlander before I pick my kids up. So having something that's not launch, and it doesn't have to be Outlander, it can be anything. Like at the moment I'm writing a book, it can be whatever it is. It's like if I do this, then I get to go and do this thing that I'm really excited
and that's motivating, right? Like it's a lot of the time in today's society we don't have those reward systems because we can watch Netflix whenever we want, we can eat whatever we want, we can go wherever we want whenever we want. And so to say to yourself, I'm going to do this and then I can have that, is so like motivational.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing all the behind the scenes, the juicy bits, the scary bits, the fun bits, the easy bits. So good. And you know how much I love chatting with you. And
always fun.
But before we go, I would love to hear from you any free or paid offerings that you have going at the moment.
Well, I've decided as a special thing for the Anthea fans that I'm going to release 5 mini strategy sessions. So I'll give you a link that people can use to book in and a password and a coupon code, and 5 people can get a mini strategy session with me to really look at how we can bring that kind of ease in by playing to your own personality and your own strengths and your own schedule. And that's
oh my God, that's so generous of you. And like ladies who watch this, please jump on this. You'd be mad not to. Belinda is one of my dearest friends. She's obligation free, baby. You're going to get.
Yeah, I don't do the whole pushy, well, you're not committed to your business, are you?
She's not that girl. And she's just an amazing business brain, and she's totally helped me in my business. So thank you so much, Belinda.
My pleasure. And thank you to everyone who watched us.
Yeah, and if you have any questions for Belinda or any comments on this particular video, just write them below and both Belinda and I will come back. Otherwise, goodbye.
Thank you.